It's no secret that politics are broken, no matter where in the world you live. For the first time in history, we now have at least two sets of realities, two completely different set of facts. The problem can be sourced in a large part to the major social networks that are programmed to show us news and information that they think matches what we want to see, creating echo chambers that's driving people apart and into different camps, all in order to maximize the time we spend on social networks so they can deliver those eyeballs to their corporate advertisers and maximize their profits. Broken politics makes it impossible for society to get most anything accomplished, including urgent issues such as the climate crisis that's destroying our planet and out of control income inequality that's playing a big part in dividing society and further breaking our politics and ability to get things done. To make things worse, technologies such as the internet and mobile devices are making it easier for anyone with a lot of money to monopolize entire global industries, pulling income and wealth away from most people and into the hands of a small number of individuals. So what's the solution? Start a movement by delivering a new social platform that's been designed to combat and reverse those issues on a global basis. The platform has been built to fight inequality by pushing billions of dollars in revenues to its users as opposed to shareholders. It's able to do that since it, uniquely, never accepted capital from Wall Street, Silicon Valley, or any other investors. The platform does not sell ads to corporations and therefore has no need to create echo chambers that divide society just to keep users on longer and drive more profits. The platform also attacks the climate crisis by combating consumerism and the need to manufacture and consume natural resources. This is accomplished by enabling the sharing of everything. Does the sharing of everything sound inconvenient? Think again. Just imagine having anything you want or need delivered to you in 30 minutes or less for virtually free. That's the very definition of convenience for consumers, not so much for billionaires and corporations that need to show quarter-over-quarter profit growth based on manufacturing and selling us millions of things we'll hardly use. There are so many other benefits that come to mind from this platform that it's easy to see why over 1,000 computer engineers over a 20-year period gave so freely to this project with their time and energy, or why hundreds of thousands of test users gave so much time and money, $250 million, to absolutely make sure the project succeeds. And now it's up to us to ensure the platform reaches the masses. We're now launching the platform in city after city around the world, and we're starting in a very methodical and focused way, starting with colleges and universities in cities everywhere. Why colleges? Well, that's where many, if not most, significant movements have started. From Greensboro, Vietnam, Black Lives Matter, to Tiananmen Square, Arab Spring, apartheid, and the Green Revolution, these all started with college and university students. College students have a distinct history and responsibility to step up when the call comes, and this time is no different and no less important than the other times in history. In fact, this time, the issues that are menacing our planet and our communities are global and existential, threatening all of humanity. So, how can you be a part of this movement? And what will your role be? What will be expected of you? Exactly what will you be doing from day to day? And how will you earn? Along with working to save the planet and humanity, you have a responsibility to yourself and your family to earn, pay the bills, and prosper, setting your family up for a great life. We're going to get into that right now. But first, who are the people behind this movement, and what makes them qualified to think this platform is the solution to some of the world's largest issues? The movement consists of technologists, college students, and university professors, and thousands of everyday citizens from virtually every country in the world that have spent years of their lives working on, designing, building, and testing the products and technologies and the marketing techniques and approaches that I'm about to share with you. Over that time, in order to build the platform, they had to invent hundreds of technologies, including apps and social networks, transactions within apps, virtual currency, and transactions over mobile phones. Many of their inventions have official patents issued by the US government. To give you a sense of how pervasive and important these inventions are, here's just a small sample of the corporations that have publicly acknowledged and are referencing these inventions in their own public filings with the US government. The platform is the first in the world to successfully fuse together its own social network, marketplace for products and services, virtual currency, and crowdsourced management and workforce system that takes care of everything from customer service and education to marketplace and community moderation, dispute management, and nearly 100 other tasks needed for the platform to operate. It's been designed to be democratic, to be managed by a president that's elected by user vote, not shareholder control, making it truly, top to bottom, a platform of, by, and for the people. It's been tested by hundreds of thousands of alpha test users. And the marketing approach to bring on consumers and local merchants has also been well tested, successfully signing up and bringing in over 100,000 local merchants and millions of college and university students. Along the way, some of the world's biggest corporations and richest billionaire tech investors have tried to buy some or all of the platform. Each and every time, the community blocked them, choosing to stay true to the mission to ensure the platform would always be able to stay of, by, and for the people. And now that the platform, the product and technologies, marketing and sales approaches have all been developed and extensively tested, it's your turn. This is your chance to make an immediate impact by attacking the world's largest problems. It's also your chance to earn a substantial amount of funds for yourself and your family. I won't sugarcoat any of this because there's no time to waste. This will be work. You'll be focused in driving your city forward. Yes, the model is proven and you'll know exactly what to do on a day-to-day basis. But if you're used to having a boss there to handhold you, using a carrot and stick to motivate you, well, you'll need to snap out of that immediately. You're the boss now, which means you'll need the ability to focus and stick to the plan. If that sounds like exactly the opportunity you've been waiting for, you're in for a real treat. Based on our extensive modeling and testing, we can say with a strong degree of confidence that when you follow our simple instructions, you'll be able to earn in excess of $150,000 in your first year as you ramp up, and then literally millions of dollars annually starting in your second year and beyond. The three things you'll need to succeed are, first, the ability to focus and stay on track. Perseverance is the most important trait that virtually every very successful person states is the must-have characteristic for success, even more than intelligence, education, good luck, mentors, or business experience. Second, you'll need a little bit of working capital, around $500 to $1,000 to spend on expenses as they come up. These can usually be put onto a credit card, so it doesn't necessarily need to be in cash. And third, you'll need the ability to sustain your own living expenses for about 90 days, which is the time it will take to ramp up your business to where your revenue streams start to become meaningful. By the way, there's nothing stopping you from going faster and harder than our projections, so you can get to larger cash flows faster. And finally, the other things that will be extremely helpful are a sense of optimism and an overall desire, ambition, and excitement to make things better, whether we're talking about your family's financial future or the state of your local community, or even making a difference on a planetary scale, which is obviously why so many people have given so much to this project for so long. In other words, the ability to get yourself into the right mindset and mental space every morning before you start work will come in handy. On behalf of the hundreds of thousands of people that have quietly given years of their lives to this movement, I welcome you. We're glad you're here. Now let's get started. Before you jump in and get to work, let's discuss the strategy so you know why we're doing certain things, what we're trying to accomplish, and what will come next. As you know, we have a new social platform that's second to none. Like most social platforms, we'll need a critical mass of users at a local level for everything to come to life. In phase 1, you'll choose a college or university in your city. You'll want to start with the college or university in your city that has the most students, because that's how you'll be able to maximize your earnings and make the biggest impact. If you're not sure which one has the most students, simply do a Google search to find out. After you've chosen your first college or university, you'll want to attract the shops and restaurants around that school by reaching out to the managers of the merchants that are located very close to your first school. As you can imagine, almost all of the store and restaurant managers are eager to get more new customers so they can grow their revenues. You'll approach them with an offer that they can understand in only 10 seconds that will bring them exactly what they want, new customers, and that won't cost them a single penny in advertising. As you may know, small businesses have a host of advertising options available to them, and they can purchase those to get in front of potential new customers. But all of those advertising mechanisms are costly. It's very expensive to get a new customer. And they're all risky because the merchants will need to spend a lot of money up front and often get few or even no customers from the ads. In addition, advertising takes a lot of their time. They'll need to come up with interesting ad content, constantly monitor the performance of those ads, and spend a great deal of time agonizing over which ads are worth keeping and which should be terminated. So imagine their interest level when you approach them about a way to get new customers that takes none of their time, since our platform does all the work for them, is risk-free, they'll never lose money with us, and third, it costs them nothing. As you'll soon see for yourself, it usually only takes a minute or two for a manager of a shop or restaurant to decide that what you're offering them is a no-brainer, something that can only have upside and no downsides for them, something they can participate in without further thinking. In fact, the merchants you'll be speaking with will already have a deep interest in attracting college students since they're located right next to the campus. So, in phase 1, you simply choose your first school and look up which stores and restaurants are closest to the school. As you get going, you'll notice that you're able to sign up between 3 and 8 new merchants every day, which means that within just a week or so, you'll have signed up approximately 25 merchants next to the school. At the end of each day, you'll want to send each merchant their care package, which will include stickers for their windows, showing the world how great they are and how much they care. Their package will also include brochures with instructions for students. Also included will be instructions for the cashier. They'll be introduced to the app that makes it all really easy so they can watch their customer base and revenues grow. By the way, we've tested this approach to local merchants around campuses, signing up over 100,000 stores and restaurants in the process, so you can be very confident that it all works just perfectly. After you surpass 25 merchants that you think are interesting and desirable to the students, you'll be ready for phase 2 for your campus. In phase 2, we'll show you how to jumpstart the interest of the student body on your chosen campus. By doing that, you can be sure that the stores and restaurants that you've signed up start getting new customers immediately. In phase 3, you'll reach back out to some of your merchants and ensure the transactions are flowing smoothly. You want to help them with any issues they may face. The good news is that the process is incredibly simple for both the merchants and the students, so you won't need to spend much time with each merchant ensuring their flow of new customers and revenue are off to a great start. As transactions begin to flow, so do your revenues. You'll earn 8% of the transactions that are charged and flow through the platform in the first year after you sign up the merchant, and 3% after the first year. You'll be paid directly from the platform, and you can cash out your funds whenever you like. Transaction revenue is the first of 3 big revenue streams that will flow to you. The more merchants you sign up, the more transaction revenue will follow. So you can see why you'll want to move quickly to start signing up even more merchants. And so once you've successfully completed the first 3 phases for your first chosen university, you'll want to go back to phase 1, signing up merchants at the next largest school in your area. The good news is that as students start enjoying the platform will offer them opportunities to help you sign up more merchants. When they do, they earn, and each merchant they sign goes into your list of merchants that you're serving and earning from. As you can see, it makes good sense to sign up the merchants that are very close to each large school, the ones that the students will love the most. As students get interested, they'll naturally become interested in earning by helping you sign up other stores and restaurants that they love. And that's why it makes sense to move to the next largest campus and start phase 1 again, to ensure those merchants are brought in by you before anyone else gets to them. In your first 90 days, you should be able to repeat the process on a total of 6 campuses, after which you'll easily consider yourself to be a master at the process. Becoming a master means you're ready to share your knowledge with new VPs that are looking to get started in their cities. In other words, after 90 days, you might be ready and will have the option of stepping up to the position of regional vice president and managing your own vice presidents. As the old saying goes, the people that earn the most in society are the ones that have figured out how to share their knowledge and motivate others to do the work that they've already mastered. We'll show you exactly how to attract, select, and manage new vice presidents in your role of regional VP if you choose to go that route. Of course, you may choose to not step up to the regional VP position, as you may be having way too much fun signing up and working with merchants and students. It'll totally be your choice. But if you do step up, it doesn't mean that you must stop working with your own merchants and students. You can certainly continue to do both. And if you do step up to regional VP, you'll earn 20% of the earnings that your VPs generate for themselves at no cost to them, which means that you might soon be earning more from the work and transactions of your VPs than you do from your own merchants. Pretty cool, right? Again, stepping up to regional VP is an option that will be available to you after you've completed phases 1, 2, and 3 on 6 campuses. Some of you will get there in as little as 60 days or less after you begin. Others will take 90 days or so. And finally, as you ramp up your merchants and transactions, and possibly the number of VPs and cities under your control, you'll notice a new revenue stream starting to grow. That third revenue stream will be from local merchants that are eager to get even more new customers and revenues. They'll have an option to use a percentage of the revenues they are earning to pump right back into more promotions to grow their revenues even faster. As they do that, you'll earn 20% of that revenue, adding another significant revenue stream for you. That revenue is called service revenue. Altogether, the opportunity for you is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars in your first year and ramps to millions of US dollars, both earned and cashed out in your second year. As the number of merchants grow and the number of students grows, your revenue will grow accordingly. The great news is that merchants that did not sign up the first time will notice that they are missing out and will come to you to join. And the students will help you spread the word to all the other stores and shops. As all of that happens, each campus will reach a critical mass of student signups. Critical mass is the number of students needed to make the larger social platform become highly useful and valuable. As campus after campus reach critical mass, it will naturally pull in every last student, staff, and faculty member that might have somehow not heard of the platform or resisted utilizing it. Everyone will be enjoying the ability to communicate, earn, and benefit from the many features that were quietly built and tested over recent years. As everyone gets accustomed to using and benefiting from those special capabilities, word will spread to consumers and merchants outside the college and university areas. It will be then that the platform will be opened up to consumers and merchants of all types, allowing billions of people and businesses to earn, communicate, and participate in a democratic platform that will be significantly helping to reverse both inequality and humanity's impact on the planet and climate. Along with the financial upside to you and your family, knowing that your work was responsible for turning the tide on these massive challenges currently facing humanity will be something you will be proud of for the rest of your life. Isn't that the very definition of a life worth living? Are you ready to go? I'm sure you are. To get started, please contact the person that introduced you to the opportunity. They'll discuss the next steps with you. Virtually everything you need will be provided to you, from products, apps, and technologies to instructional guides, FAQs, and web forms. Quite likely, you'll sign a non-disclosure agreement, get access to Phase 1 materials, get started by choosing your first college or university and getting a list of local stores and merchants, and getting your merchant care packages. You'll need around $500 to $1,000 in working capital, some of which will be utilized for acquiring your care packages, including merchant window stickers, brochures, apps, and everything else you'll require. And that's it. Are you excited to join the movement? We are, and we hope you are too. We're certainly looking forward to meeting you and working with you.